It's one of the most recognizable sounds in the world. It's the backbeat of our lives. Every smile, every tear, every dance, every single step we take is underscored by its rhythm. It's the sound of life. And yet for far too many children in too many places around the world, that sound is not easily heard. Gift of Life believes that every child, no matter where they were born, deserves to hear their own melody and all the moments that rhythm promises. Gift of Life does this by bringing together the world's best cardiac surgeons and the kids that need them the most, no matter how far away they may be.
Often I'm asked, what is Gift of Life? Well, to me, it begins with the kids. And the answer is best illustrated by the story of two of those children in particular. During the Our Hearts Are in El Salvador program, we provided open heart surgery to a beautiful girl named Jocelyn, just 10 years old. During her recovery, she was promised a fiesta for her birthday. So, we threw a party with all of her family, her mom, her dad, her sister, her aunts, uncles, grandparents, and cousins. And in the middle of this glorious party, with cake all over her face, she had the biggest smile you'd ever seen. But it wasn't just her smile that struck me. It was the smiles on the faces of everyone there. And it made me think of another child, little Brian. And while he was presented to Gift of Life for help, we couldn't help him fast enough. And I ended up attending his funeral. Walking in the pouring rain with his mom to the grave, standing by his family, his grandparents, his mom, his dad, his aunts, uncles and cousins, as they wept uncontrollably, the rain mixing with their tears, I realized how much Brian and Jocelyn had in common, and the tiniest margin that separated two families, one gathering for a birthday, the other gathering for a funeral.
That small margin is the beat of a heart. Whether a family is faced with the devastation of losing a child or the joy of having their child's life saved, is determined by you. With your generous support, the efforts of Gift of Life's programs, donors, doctors, and nurses, Jocelyn's heart was healed. But Gift of Life needs more help to reach even more. And the stakes are too high to spare a minute. Your donation can often be the difference between a family gathering for a birthday party or a funeral. Your donation allows Gift of Life to do what it's done for 4 decades.
Back in 1975, this began as an effort to help just one child. We had no idea where this was going to lead us. Since then, Gift of Life programs around the world have provided treatment for over 18,000 children, with the help of 80 affiliated hospitals and hundreds of experienced doctors and nurses. As we grew our network of caring, we began to realize that we weren't just performing heart surgery on the children, we were performing heart surgery on ourselves. Our hearts became more open to see and hear the cries of help from others.
Gift of Life evolved into a program that promotes world peace and understanding by providing life-saving open heart surgery to children suffering from congenital heart defects, regardless of race, color, creed, gender, or national origin. Gift of Life has become a global movement that brings hope and treatment to children in need through a grassroots network of Rotary clubs, like-minded organizations, and volunteers who work tirelessly to save the lives of hundreds more children every year. Children who once lived in despair, but now have hope. At Gift of Life, we are dedicated to saving the lives of these children. Our traditional model has been to bring children from their country of birth and treat them at one of our hospitals in the United States or elsewhere around the world. Although we have been successful at providing this care, this model has limits as to the number of children we can help. Gift of Life International is now dedicated to creating sustainable pediatric cardiac programs in select developing countries. We are currently working in Uganda, El Salvador, and Jamaica to provide training for local pediatric cardiac surgery and aftercare teams, the acquisition of essential equipment and supplies, and sustainable financial support from the local governments and businesses. Our goal now is to empower doctors and nurses in their own countries to do what they were trained to do: save their children. Our vision is that we will have centers of excellence in Central America, El Salvador, Eastern Africa, Uganda, and the Caribbean, Jamaica. Gift of Life International has implemented nutritional assistance programs in many of our countries, and these programs ensure the healthy recovery of the children we provide life-saving surgeries to. We hope to accomplish this goal by enlisting the support and investment of hospitals and governments and individuals and foundations and institutions within these areas and around the world. Additionally, Gift of Life International continues to work with our network of autonomous Gift of Life programs to maximize their capacity to help as many children as possible, from sponsoring and coordinating medical missions, as is being done in the Philippines and Haiti, to coordinating screening programs, as we did in Kosovo, to the traditional model of taking children from their native countries and bringing them to the United States for surgery. Gift of Life International is the umbrella organization that supports all the autonomous Gift of Life programs that facilitate the care of children who otherwise would have no hope. This support manifests itself in many ways, including the management of a centralized database of child in need of treatment, coordination of the development of sustainable programs, and the screening of children that otherwise would have no access to care. We know we cannot save every child, but we also know the power of hope, and every day we are working to turn despair into hope for thousands of children, to ensure more birthdays and fewer funerals. Make no mistake, the success of our mission is up to you. Your time, your effort, your generosity. It's up to you whether more and more children around the world hear that simple sound, the sound of birthdays and dances and weddings, the sound of life. Whether they hear anything at all is up to you.